Look, I need to say this out loud. Not for her. For me. Because for months I carried the weight of her decision like it was my own failure. I let it eat at me in silence. Like maybe if I had been more exciting, more unpredictable, more like him, she would have stayed. I kept replaying at her words, her silence, the moments she started pulling away. I blamed myself until the guilt wrapped around my ribs like a vice. But the truth didn't show up until 10 months later when she did. And the words she spoke that night, I'll never forget them. It started with a sentence that shattered everything. I think I want to see where things go with him. She didn't look guilty. Not even conflicted, just tired. Worn out like she had rehearsed the line 100 times in her head and had already mourned whatever we had. There was no warmth in her voice, no hesitation. It's just that distant tone people use when they've already moved on. I didn't fight her. I didn't plead. I didn't ask why or what I could change, because something in me knew she wasn't, giving me a chance to fix it. She wasn't looking for a reason to stay. She had already left me emotionally long before she said those words out loud, so I did the only thing that made sense. I left quietly. No big speech, no final plea, no slammed doors. Just me, silently folding clothes into a duffel bag while she sat on the couch, glued to her phone, texting someone who clearly wasn't me anymore. We had spent 5 years together, 5 birthdays, 5 winters curled under the same blanket. 5 times I held her through panic attacks when her mind ran too fast for her body to catch up. I knew her in all the little ways that matter: how she took her coffee, which song made her cry every December, how she'd trace ceiling tiles with her eyes when she was trying not to break down. But none of it mattered, because suddenly someone she'd known for a few months was worth more than everything we'd built over half a decade. Walking out of that apartment didn't feel real. It felt like stepping out of a dream and landing inside a nightmare I hadn't signed up for. I ended up crashing at a friend's place, sleeping on a mattress on the floor. Staring at the ceiling like it might give me answers, I kept asking myself the same question: how could someone trade 5 years for a couple of butterflies and late-night flirty texts? They say time heals, but that's a lie unless you do the healing. And for a while, I didn't. I muted her on everything. Every photo. Stopped hanging out with our mutual friends. I couldn't stomach the idea that she might be thriving while I was falling apart. 3 weeks in, the sadness turned to anger. Not at her, at myself. For loving her more than I ever loved myself. For putting her so high on a pedestal that I didn't even notice when she stopped seeing me the same way. So I started changing things. Small steps first. It's waking up before noon. Cooking real meals for one. Swapping out endless scrolling for actual books. By month 3, I joined a gym, not to win her back, but to feel strong again, even if just physically. By month 5, I went on a date. She was kind, funny, sweet, but halfway through dessert I realized I wasn't ready, and that was okay. I thanked her for the evening, paid the bill, and left without shame, because healing doesn't move in straight lines. Some days you step forward, other days you sit with the ache. Both count. By the 7th month, I had stopped checking her social media. I didn't wonder who she was with or what she was doing. I could breathe, again, really breathe. And then came month 10, a Thursday. I had just gotten home from work when my phone lit up with a call from an unknown number. I almost ignored it, but something in me said to answer, her voice on the other. End was soft. Hey, it's me. For a second, I forgot how to speak. She asked if we could meet, just talk, no expectations. It's just 1 hour, somewhere public. I hesitated. Everything in me wanted to hang up. But something quieter, something wiser, whispered back, closure isn't weakness. So, I agreed. When I saw her again, I didn't feel the ache I thought I would. She looked the same, but smaller somehow. Not physically dashed, just ... dimmer, like life had humbled her. Her eyes were tired, not red from crying, just tired from carrying the weight of a decision that didn't turn out the way she thought it would. She got to the point fast. I lied. She said. I blinked. About what? About him. About everything. She looked away, voice cracking. He wasn't who I thought he was. The tension felt good, and I mistook it for connection. I thought I was missing something in us, ... But the truth is, I was missing something in me. I just sat there, silent, letting her speak. She kept going. I told myself you were too calm, too stable. I thought I needed chaos to feel something, but you, ... you were home. I burned that down chasing fireworks. And for the first time, in 10 months, I saw her not the woman I fell in love with, not the woman who left me, but the woman who had to destroy something real just to learn what real actually means. She reached out for my hand. I didn't take it. I'm sorry, she whispered. I don't expect anything. I just needed you to know. It wasn't about you. You loved me, ... I just didn't know how to receive it. I nodded. I know, I said. Somewhere between rock bottom and getting my life back, I figured that out. She cried, I didn't, not because I didn't care, but because I had already done my grieving. I had already buried what we had and laid flowers at the grave. I stood up. I hope you find what you're looking for. Really, but I can't be your safety net when your new thrill fades. I've come too far to bleed again for a wound I already healed. She stood too, wiped her face. I get it, she said. I turned to walk away, then paused. You didn't lose me when you chose him. You lost me when you stopped choosing us. And then I walked away not with pain, not with bitterness, but with peace. If you've ever been left for someone who only knew the version of your partner that you helped build, let me tell you something. You're not crazy. You're not weak. You're just human. And if they ever come back, remember you don't owe them the pieces you spent months putting back together. Sometimes the loudest. Love is the one you give to yourself. And sometimes the most radical kind of closure is walking away whole.